District 109. It's been an eventful couple of weeks, and we'd now like to acknowledge that as we come into the final month, really, of our Toastmasters year. It's been quite an interesting year, obviously coming out of COVID, coming into perhaps back into in-person meetings, hybrid meetings, online meetings, a whole combination. We've had a wonderful conference, and now we have elected our district officers for the coming year. So we'd now like to tonight acknowledge a few other awardees, people who've been really part of our Toastmasters year, our Triple Crown winners, DTMs. We're also going to talk to some Speechcraft project participants as well as organizers tonight and give you some insights as to what's coming up internationally at our convention, and of course finish with some weather. So let's get started. And I'd like first to think about those of you who maybe are Triple Crown winners. Maybe you've received a Triple Crown. Maybe you're new to Toastmasters and you really think, well, what's a Triple Crown? So I'd like now to invite Toastmaster Iram from Turkey, who's going to tell us a little bit more about how she was awarded her Triple Crown. Welcome, Iram.
Hello, David. How are you?
I'm very well. Now, you're from Turkey, but you are not currently there, if that's correct.
Yeah, it is true. I'm living in Spain for the last 10 years, but I'm from Turkey. Yeah, Turkey.
Okay, wow. So you're a club participant in Turkey and in Spain, or just in Turkey?
No, just in Turkey.
Yeah.
Thanks to COVID. COVID bring me Toastmasters in real. So I'm very grateful to it.
Yes.
Before I wasn't aware of it, but of course, staying more time at home, you start searching some things, and here I'm a member of Toastmasters now.
Wonderful. And congratulations on your Triple Crown award. So I'd love for you to tell us a little bit more about what levels or programs. So for those who are watching who think, what's this Triple Crown? This is where you've completed 3 projects, 3 levels within a year. Is that right?
Yeah, it is correct. I have 2 pets. You know, in Toastmasters, we have pets to choose according to our wishes, our interests.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in presentation mastery and effective coaching petas.
Mm-hmm.
And I finished 2 level 2, also 1 level 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of quadruple because I finished all my pets within a year. Since 2020 April, I'm in Toastmasters, but this year was very fast for me.
Wow.
And of course, thanks to my club, they are giving so much opportunities to talk. We have so many active members in Izmir Türkçe Toastmaster Club.
Okay.
So we do good. I finished my projects and here I am.
Yeah, that's really amazing. And you said you've only been a Toastmaster since 2020, so really a short time, and already racking up not only paths, but also this award as well. And did your club honor your achievement in some way?
Oh, of course. There were some announcements about my Triple Crown Award, and also, to be honest, I'm not the one in my club who took only 1 Triple Crown. We are 4 people in one club in 1 year that took Triple Crown awards.
Wow.
So we are a very active club. So we had kind of parties, in-house parties, and some announcements about these awards.
That's fantastic. I mean, it must really be an active club. So how many meetings a month does your club have?
2 meetings, first and third weeks of the month.
Yeah.
But also we had some, when the month has 5 weeks, we wanted to use that 5th week too. Okay. So we had speech events.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, speech marathons. Thank you. Yeah. And we had also, we are so much into the education, and we are trying to do what is better to all members. So we had speech marathons, evaluation marathons, table topics marathon. So all those 5 weeks, we were giving opportunity to what people want to do. So of course, it makes it easier to make more space on these marathons using those 5 weeks. So it was quite enjoyable, satisfactory, nice feeling to have this award.
Great, Iram. And so tell us, where does your Toastmasters journey take you now? What's your plan for the upcoming Toastmasters year?
Oh, first of all, as you mentioned, there will be the board elections. I was the secretary of the club, and this year I hope I have a more efficient work than secretary. And also, I would like to go until DTM or whatever it takes, because even I'm a housewife, I feel what Toastmasters give me in my life, not only with people, but can you believe, even with my dogs, I have that feeling. I mean, leadership is leadership, no matter what creatures you are leading. And it is something changed my life.
Great.
It's not kind of saying, but I'm feeling more. I learn thinking before starting to say something. And it was my fault, because I was always telling what I think, but Toastmasters work with me.
That's wonderful. Well, Toastmaster Iram, it's a pleasure to have you on our program. Thank you for joining us tonight from Spain, but also with your club in Turkey. And we wish you all the best. Maybe you let us know your new role, and obviously stay connected within the District 109. We celebrate your achievement, as well as to your other club members. Thanks for being on, and we'll see you soon. All right. Take care.
See you, David. Thanks for this opportunity.
It's a pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Wonderful. So you heard it there from Toastmaster Iram. There were 4 members of her club. So how many Triple Crowns do you have currently in your club? And maybe that's something that you could aim for, either as a club or as an individual member in the upcoming Toastmasters season. And usually there's a badge awarded, there's a ceremony, and the area director is involved. So it can really help you to showcase your talents, obviously, and to build your skills. And as you heard from Iram, her leadership skills as well. Let's move now on to Speechcraft. And we know that Toastmasters is very keen on developing its connection with the community, and Speechcraft workshops and sessions are one way to do that. So tonight we have a fuller panel of people that we'd like to hear of their experiences with Speechcraft projects, those being Toastmaster Tuana, Toastmaster Elena, Toastmaster Sabri, and our participant and newest Toastmaster, Toastmaster Lucrezia Chiara. Welcome to the panel. It's a pleasure to have you all on.
Hi, David.
Good evening.
Good evening,
welcome,
everyone.
Welcome. So I'd love to hear a little bit about, in no particular order, but perhaps let's start with Toastmaster Elena. Could you tell us a bit about your Speechcraft project, please?
Yes, sure. Thanks for the invitation, first of all. It's a great pleasure to be here. Well, Speechcraft project was the first experience ever we had this year in our club, and it was an amazing opportunity to make our great experience, the Toastmasters experience, known also outside our club, to involve our club members and to enroll enroll new members. And it's my pleasure also to introduce you, Lucrezia, because thanks to this project, she is a new member in our club, and she's really brilliant. And it was a great opportunity to also know each other better. Well, our project was held in March for the first time, and I involved I was the main coordinator, because I'm the current president of Verona Toastmasters Club. And also involved another coordinator. Then I involved also other 5 people within our club as mentors, as educators for these guys. I involved 5 speech crafters as the first project, 5 young women, talented young women, 4 from Liceo High School, And another one, she's 35 years old, a young professional woman who is investing a lot in her projects. So it was really helpful, this project, to get to know public speaking skills. It was really satisfying. Yeah, and I'm sure also other clubs will enjoy this project.
Absolutely. And we have Toastmaster Sabri. Thank you, Toastmaster Elena. That Sabri, you also were in Turkey with your project. Tell us a bit about yours.
Yeah, David. Hi, everyone. It's such a wonderful evening, and it's a real pleasure to be here. This is the first and foremost Turkish speechcraft in Turkey. So I am so grateful to be the coordinator of this Turkish speechcraft because it was so good in one hand. Also, it was a little bit challenging in the other hand because we were using, as a Turkish coordinator, because we are İzmir Türkçe Turkish Toastmasters Club. So it was kind of challenging to explain everything and translate all the explanation and the sessions in the base camp. But we were so happy at the end. It was a 4-session event.
Okay.
And we almost covered everything, including body language, vocal variety, choosing a topic, preparing to present or writing a speech or giving and receiving feedback. Even it was a 4-session event. We've covered almost all topics because I didn't want to lose any of our speech crafters because of the long session, because there were some 6 or 8 sessions available as well. But I wanted to have all the speech crafters to attend our meetings, our sessions, to make the most out of the program.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. And your country person, Tuana, was just with us, but I think due to her poor internet connection, she dropped out. But do you know much about her program? Because I think hers was in English, if I'm correct, whereas yours was in Turkish.
Yeah, in Turkey, we have only 2 languages, Turkish clubs and English clubs. Tuana held the English Speechcraft program, as far as I know. And she was the first speechcraft coordinators in English program as well. So, and as far as I know, in Turkey, we didn't have any other speechcraft programs before. So we are, Tuana and I, we are the first speechcraft coordinators.
Great. All right. And really leading the way there. And of course, Lucrezia Chiara, we have you with us. You were a participant of Elena's program, but now also you are a Toastmaster, as I understand. So tell us a bit about your experience firstly in the Speechcraft program, and maybe what was your then decision to join, and how's that been for you?
Yeah, so thank you for the question, David. And yeah, from this wonderful experience with Toastmaster, I think I have acquired innumerable skills. So really a lot. First of all, the one of speaking in public and speaking with quite a lot of people. And I learned also to elaborate tasks in cohesive and very efficient ways, and that really improved my way of delivering speeches in general. And it was also useful for my school activities, and considering that I'm going to attend university for my future exams. And often it is underestimated the importance of giving speeches in public, but I think that what the point of the Speechcraft project was the one of giving the opportunity to women, but also to people in general, to improve that skills that are absolutely fundamental in the future.
Yeah, wonderful. Congratulations. I mean, I remember being 18 many years ago now, and if I had had a similar experience at the end of my high school period, it would have really helped me to accelerate perhaps my life, and communication skills are really a key. So you're really starting off on the right foot with your university studies by moving into Toastmasters, and maybe you establish a university club, for instance, go on and lead to do other things in your future as well. You never know. You might say it was that Speechcraft project that I did that really helped me to do that. So coming back to, and thank you, Lucrezia, Chiara. We'll come back to you in a moment, but I want to ask Elena and Sabri, what were some of the learnings that you gained from doing the project? So we really want to inspire with breaking news, others to do similar things. And so maybe there's a learning or two that you have, something that if you did it again, or maybe you're planning to do it again, you might say, right, next time we will really nail that down. So Elena, would you go first?
Yeah, sure. Well, first of all, I learned the ability of coordinating a team because we were 6 people, and all of them gave a precious contribution to the project. And also the importance of delegating because, I was the main coordinator, but many tasks were also technical, and I had to trust everyone. And sometimes, when you are in a maybe no-profit association, you have to deal with the free time in people free time. That I was really lucky because everybody were really committed in this project and did an amazing job. Then I learned also that first, you have to trust also people who attend the project, because even if it was quite volunteering for them to attend, but you have to encourage them to attend every session. And every session was really complicated because we asked these young women to prepare speeches, to give evaluations, to attend the table topic session. It was really hard for them, and they did it brilliantly. So I'm really enthusiastic now, and I think we will do a better job in the next edition, because the first one was really amazing, and the second one will be greater.
Great, congratulations. And you're right, leading volunteers is one of the hardest things that you can do. So getting that right is good for your career as well. So Sabri, tell me about your experience and learnings for the future.
First of all, it was a great example of collaboration in my club because almost all the board members attended our sessions. It was a good example in terms of unity and supporting each other. And I felt valuable as a member of my club. And one of the good output that I can tell you is that, or lessons learned, 2 of our speech crafters become a member just right after our session. So we look back at what we did, and then I can say that, okay, all the things we've achieved or all the things we've conducted in the meetings that create some value so that our speech crafters become a member. Also, in addition, one of another Turkish clubs in Turkey, they will start a speechcraft program in next Tuesday, and we've been talking and discussing all the things that we've done better and the things that we can do in a better way. And I'm so happy to give coaching or give mentorship to this process because I have some lessons learned and I have a good example of outputs. I want to put everything that I've learned in a next and better way with the next speechcraft in the Turkey. And also we plan the third one in maybe July or August, again in my club, Izmir Turkish Toastmasters. All those things tell me that this is a good example, and if you try to do something for our members, for the people who love public speaking or who want to be a better version of themselves, so speechcraft is a great example to show them to take part in. It's not only for the speech crafters, but also the leaders, but also the board members, all the members or the presidents, VP education, for everyone. Those are the things that I learned during my sessions.
This is great. Thank you. And as a newly elected VPE in my own club, I will be contacting you both for hints and tips, because I really feel that this is an important important thing that we want to do, because Lucrezia, Chiara, I have a question for you, in that you're now a bridge. You are a participant, and now you're a Toastmaster, which is great. So as a participant, I want you to tell us, what can people expect as a participant? And why should other, for instance, young women in your community sign up for the next one that perhaps you take part in as a leader with Elena, for instance?
Yeah, I think that it is a great opportunity that it shouldn't be lost or underestimated. I think that it is not that common to find opportunities such as this one. So the first reason to attend this kind of project is the fact that you are given the chance to improve not only the way you speak, but also the way you're able to create bonds with others. So by speaking, we do not only speak, but we do create an image of ourselves. And by improving the dialogue, we also improve our image and the way we create. Also the person we want others to perceive us.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful, wonderful. So, I mean, you've heard it first. A great outcome, really, for all of you. And if only Tuana had come back, unfortunately, her connection is lost. So we wish her well with the English speechcraft in Turkey. Sabri, for you with the Turkish speechcraft in Turkey. Elena in Italy, I should say. Congratulations.
English was held in English.
Lucrezia, Chiara, we hope that you're able to obviously continue your Toastmasters journey. And thank you all for appearing tonight on Breaking News. We appreciate your time as well as volunteers in being able to share a few moments with us. So thank you very much.
Thank you, David.
Thank you, David.
Thank you,
Bye.
David. Goodbye. See you.
All right. So now we move on. Thank you to those who have participated already. And maybe you are thinking about this other thing that you may have heard about, DTM, Distinguished Toastmaster. And certainly as we arrive towards the end of the year, there are more and more distinguished Toastmasters, people who have completed all of the pathways, a high performance leadership project, have been part of an executive, the district officers team, have played and submitted all aspects of the educational pathway that is Toastmasters. And so we'd now like to invite on 3 very special distinguished Toastmasters, and each has a very different journey. So we have Toastmaster Lorenzo, who I believe I'll have to ask in question whether he was a DTM in the old system. I feel we got ours at a similar time. We have Toastmaster Günther, who has received his Distinguished Toastmaster in the new system. And we have Toastmaster Denise, who is now a 2-time Distinguished Toastmaster, if I'm correct. So welcome to the 3 of you, and congratulations on your achievements. It's really fantastic to have you here tonight.
Thank you.
Hello, David.
Yes.
Thank you.
So who got theirs most recently? Let's work it out. So Lorenzo, when did you get your DTM, please?
I think it was 2019.
And 19. Günther?
I'm waiting for the award in 2 weeks.
Right. So it's official, but we're still waiting. And Denise?
October 2020
All right.
is the second one. And then the first one is 2014.
And 14. Wonderful, wonderful. So let's go with Günther then as the newest crowned DTM. I just want to ask you, what is it like to achieve your DTM?
Thank you, David, for this question. It was a big relief. It was like this feeling of having achieved something and to look back on all the great experience and all the great learnings I had throughout this journey. And you mentioned I did it in the new system, but just for the records, I started in the old system because I'm with Toastmaster for more than 7 years now. And when Pathways came up, I immediately switched to the new system because I didn't want to rush through the old system with pressure. So I embraced the new system with all the flaws in the beginning, but finally I loved it. Yeah,
great. Whereas Toastmaster Lorenzo, you did the old pathway system, but 2019. So that was just about that cusp of new to old. So you made a decision perhaps to finish off your time. So how was it for you to achieve your distinguished Toastmaster?
David, I think when you introduced us, you explain what is the journey to become a DTM, and I feel it was for me really a complexion of a journey where I tried all my skill and practices, from speaking to leadership, and as well to managing projects. So I felt for me it was really the end of a journey where I practiced a variety of skills that in everyday life they are so precious.
Yeah, wow. Absolutely. And I'm sure you're using those skills now. So Denise, two-time distinguished Toastmaster, which one was easier?
The second one was easier because I've been a more experienced Toastmaster already, and because it was the second time. But the first one was long because at that time we didn't have many clubs in Turkey. So I didn't have the place to speak. I didn't have the place to experience more and more. In the second one, I could join other clubs and offer speaking there, and they give me the slots. So I could move faster with my projects.
And I guess, were you one of the first in Turkey to receive your DTM?
The legendary program and the first one, I was the first Turkish DTM ever, and I did it on purpose to be a role model, to be able to answer the questions of the new members or the new clubs. So it was important for me to set the standard, to be a good example for a member. And then the second one, when the pathways launched, I again wanted to practice it first and experience it first, so that I could answer any question and I could show the way to the ones who want to move forward.
Wonderful, wonderful. Of course, now with Turkey being a part of our district, of course, everything's official. Everyone can really move forward and achieve a similar status and continue to work towards this. So, and really, it's a fantastic achievement for all three of you. And you get to come to special dinners, and you get a badge and a medal and all sorts of things, of course. And you've all played, of course, significant roles in our district over many years, which has also been quite an honor to share space and time with you all. I'd like to ask you, perhaps, what do you recommend to others who are pursuing their DTM? You know, there's challenges along the road. It's probably not an easy path. Maybe there was a hurdle that you faced. You know, I remember doing my own DTM and had hurdles when it came to my HBL, or getting those final few projects, as you said, Günther, across the line. And will I get there, and actually delivering the speeches in the end? But were there any hurdles that any of you experienced that you might recommend to those who are pursuing? Maybe Lorenzo, would you go first, please?
Absolutely. So why I would recommend, so what I'm advising to the people here is really not to look at end goal, but look about the journey. So because, as you said, sometimes it's really overwhelming. It takes a lot of time, a lot of projects. Sometimes you need to find opportunity, like a district officer. But it's not about, let's say, the end. Is about the single experience you have in single project. And if for me, let's say, I think one of the biggest hurdle was really to complete all the speaking part, because I had to do 40 speeches, and a certain time, I would say, was almost too much, and I was almost there to give up, but I didn't do it. So for me, not look at the end goal, but enjoy the journey.
Wonderful. And what about you, Günther?
My advice to all the members is that they connect the projects at Toastmasters to something of value in their outside world life. I don't want to say real life, because of course Toastmasters is real. But the thing is, if you know that this moderation project helps you to moderate in future in an event for your company, for example, or if you are running a workshop and there is a project that is helping you to learn about people who interfere and with all this distractions that can appear in a workshop, this is the perfect place to train these kind of things. And to be honest, it's the only place where you can train these things, because in business life, either sink or swim. And I think there is too much at stake to just try it out in your professional life. But also, if you are not in business, there are occasions with family, with friends, where you are asked to arrange something, where you are in charge to organize an event, for example. And then this is super useful experience. And with that in mind, it is not a burden anymore. It is not just work. No, it is something of value, and it brings you experience.
That's really good advice. Yeah. Thank you, Günther. Denise, what about you? Is there something that you would recommend?
Yes, of course. I would like to recommend to see the big picture and to be planned. To be planned from the beginning, to see the future, to start thinking about what you can do in the level 4 projects, in the level 5 electives and projects, and not stick with your club only. Use every opportunity that Toastmasters offers locally, and then in the area level, in the division level. Try to contribute to others, other clubs and other members, while you are pursuing your achievements, while you are pursuing your DTM. And whatever you do, you will learn. But if you're planned, then you will put things on top of each other, and that will carry you to a better success. And while contributing to the others, it will be more joyful and feels better for you when you're achieving this level.
Wonderful. So I love this. So to summarize, you plan ahead, but you treat it step by step, and you connect it to your profession or outside of Toastmasters life. I mean, already there's an ideal combination maybe for Lucrezia Chiara, who we saw earlier, who's just starting her Toastmasters journey. Something to consider. And obviously mentorship and having people who have done it around you. And that's really one of the values, I think, in being part of the district and seeing the inspiration of those around you. So let me ask you as a final question. It's already 32 minutes of broadcast, so we have to come to an end shortly. But I do want to ask you, the three of you, what are your future plans with Toastmasters? Denise, you've held serious levels. All three of you actually have held district officer level roles, and you've been heavily involved in the last years in bringing Turkey in and being district director, in steering Austria and combining with Slovenia. Günther, you've all played a serious part in our district success. So thank you for that. But I do want to ask you, what are your plans now that you've ticked the DTM box as well? Maybe Günther, you'd like to go first.
So I not only ticked the DTM box, I also ticked the division director box end of June. And by stepping down and handing over this position to my successor, I'm really looking very much forward to hold competitions again, to be able to to compete in public speaking at Toastmasters, because I received awesome feedback on my last target speech I gave in Innsbruck in March, where the evaluator told me, or he gave me, he used 2 words for my presentation, and he said baggy pants and firework. And he told me, and I felt super excited. I was nervous because it was the first speech in front of 100 people after 2 years. And he told me, you know what, you're speaking with ease like a baggy pants, but your speech was a firework. And I thought, if this is how people see this speech, I really look forward to compete and to make something out of it. So
great. Maybe we have a future district champion in some event coming up in Günther there. That would be wonderful. We wish you well, Günther. Denise, what about you? What are your plans now after 2 DTMs?
I have 2 goals. First one, to apply all what I learned in Toastmasters to other NGOs. Like next weekend, I will be speaking on stage in London at the Global Women Summit. And I will be using, of course, all the experience and all what I learned in Toastmasters on stage in front of all those people internationally. And besides that, I'm the board member now at the International Union of Professional Trainers. So I'm trying to use my experience in Toastmasters to other NGOs and other parts of the world. And my second aim is to keep being as a role model in Toastmasters International, in my country, in Toastmasters Turkey, where we are new to the district. So I am available. I am here if anyone wants to tap into my experience and into my resources. I'm here to mentor. I'm here to coach. And anyone who wants my support or any contribution, I'm here. Thank you very much.
You've heard it first on Breaking News, so be in touch with Denise. And all three of you are on LinkedIn, of course, so people could contact you there. Lorenzo, to finish us up, what are your plans now with Toastmasters?
After 5 years of various district officers, now I went up with a big view, with a lot of clubs. Now I want to scale down. So I'm concentrated on opening a new clubs in my company. So a corporate club. We just did a demo meeting with 40 people or 40 colleagues. So I'm concentrating there. And the second part, I would like to follow what Gunther and Denise are doing as well, and to go on with my pathways journey, since I'm almost at only level 2 of my first path. So this year I concentrate on opening my own club in the company and my own journey.
Fantastic. Yeah. And of course, I mean, you bring the insights from the district, from that experience back into the benefit of everyone when you do so. So congratulations again to all three of you. Thanks for appearing on Breaking News. We really appreciate and acknowledge you as our most recent DTMs, and a selection of your experiences are certainly valuable. So have a wonderful evening, and we look forward maybe to seeing you at the next DTM function, whenever that may be. Which we might hear about soon.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good night.
So moving on now, and as we know, this is also the time of the year where our district winners have been crowned and are moving on to perhaps semi-final and final stages, which means that the international convention is on its way. And now with this special report, I'd like to invite Paula Perina to say a few words.
Hello, David. This is Paula from Nashville, Tennessee, where Toastmasters International will be holding their convention later in August. But did you know that Nashville is called the City of Music? And that's for a reason. Let me show you why. Music is a universal language that brings people together and tells stories. In Music City, experience the creative energy with a music scene that is second to none, rock star chefs, and a lively nightlife. Get a taste of warm Southern hospitality. Welcome to Nashville. Well, this is all great, isn't it? But I am sure with all these activities, people will definitely get hungry. So let's have a look at the best places in town to grab something to eat. You better like your food spicy, because this is what you're going to get in Nashville. You have to take a taste of the heat with the hot chicken. Hot chicken is a Nashville original, and it was invented by a scorned lover seeking revenge nearly 100 years ago, and it was first served at the famed Prince's Hot Chicken, and it still is today. Hot chicken doesn't come on a bun only in Nashville. It is also served over pizza at Two Boots. Two Boots was created in 1987 by two indie filmmakers who loved Italy and all things New Orleans. I wonder what my fellow Italians have to say about pizza topped with fiery hot chicken, but that's what they serve in Nashville. If extra spicy food is not your cup of tea, you might want to head over to the Aquarium restaurant. This is one of the most unique places to eat in Nashville, with their 200,000-gallon saltwater tank filled with exotic fish that will make you believe you're inside an aquarium. And finally, if you want to mingle with the locals and don't mind sharing, you might want to try dinner at Monell's. Food here is served community style with everyone around big tables, passing the dishes to each other. You'll have a great experience and exquisite food at one of the most fun restaurants in the city of music. This is all from Nashville. Back to you, David.
Thank you, Paola, and a special thanks for putting that together. Paola, you've done an amazing job throughout this year as our PR manager for our district. And for those watching, you wouldn't believe, but Paola just whipped that up in a couple of hours. And I think she's got a real future, maybe applying her skills as a travel interviewer or destination guide for the future. Really, it's such a pleasure to have such wonderful, high quality video. So I hope you're inspired from Paola's words to head to Nashville to the convention. And if you haven't got your ticket, then of course check out toastmasters.org to find out more. Coming back to our district now for our final moment here, we have coming up our Hall of Fame event. And so again, we'd like to show you another short video. It's coming up on June 24th to 26th. That's where there'll be district officer training handover, as well as social events, and of course a gala dinner with our Hall of Fame. So let's show that video now.
Are you ready for fun and celebrations? Are you ready to meet in person? Well, you are invited to join us in Ljubljana, Slovenia for a 3-day weekend filled with workshops, celebrations, and we will be sharing. We will be staying at the beautiful and eco-friendly Ljubljana Park Hotel. Are you curious to know what we will be doing? Well, find out in the caption. We are looking forward to celebrating with you in beautiful Slovenia.
So more details will be provided of the Hall of Fame event coming up that will be released around our social media sites, Facebook and LinkedIn, in the coming days. But please sign up for that. I'm just finalizing my travel journey down to Ljubljana from Vienna, Austria, and hope to see you there when many of us can meet in person for maybe the first and hopefully not the last time as District 109. So before we end tonight's segment, I'd like to, of course, have a look at tonight's weather. So weather tomorrow in Kafisya, it's 34 showers and cloudy. In Istanbul, 26 cloudy and showers. In Modi'in, Maccabim, Reut, in Israel, it is 31 and sunny. Wouldn't it be nice to be there tomorrow? In Ljubljana, it's 28 and cloudy and sunny, but hopefully by the following weekend, in 2 weeks' time, it'll be sunny again. In Nicosia, 31 showers and cloudy. In Florence, 31 sunny and cloudy. Sofia, 24 lightning, storms, clouds, the whole lot there tomorrow. In Birkirkara, 30 degrees and cloudy. Salzburg, 25 rainy and showers. And in St. Gallen in Switzerland, it's 21 and also with showers. So perhaps a mixed outlook across our district tomorrow. Hopefully the rest of the week turns out to be a little bit better. So this is our second last edition for this Toastmasters year of breaking news. And we thank you for watching, for checking us out, for sharing the breaking news across our district. Certainly, we want to have as many people as possible viewing, but also just being inspired by the guests that we have had on our program. So we will have our next edition coming up in 2 weeks' time on a Sunday. And we thank all those who participated in tonight's session. Really, a wonderful mix, and certainly we have a lot of great things happening around our district. So with that, I say thank you very much, and thank you to the support of Paola Purina backstage. That's all we have for this evening. Good evening. I'm David Corcoran, and this is another issue of Breaking News.